Within 72 hours of your last bite of sugar, something extraordinary happens inside your skull. Your brain literally begins to rewire itself. New neural pathways form, old ones dissolve, and the organ that controls every decision you make starts operating on a fuel source it hasn't touched in years. This isn't a detox myth. This is documented neuroscience. And what happens next will change how you see food forever. Here's what they don't tell you. Sugar isn't just a bad habit, it's a biological hijacking. A 2023 study published in Cell Metabolism found that chronic sugar intake literally alters the architecture of your brain's reward circuitry, the same regions affected by cocaine and opioids. Your dopamine receptors become desensitized, your insulin signaling breaks down, and your body starts operating in what researchers call metabolic chaos. But here's the shocking part. Reverse this damage in just 14 days, and your body doesn't just recover, it transforms. Let me show you exactly what happens, hour by hour, system by system. The first couple of days are what I call the crash. At around hour 6, you get the insulin plunge. The moment your blood sugar stabilizes, your pancreas exhales. For years, it's been screaming, pumping out insulin like a firefighter hosing down a 4-alarm blaze. But now, silence. And here's where it gets weird. Your kidneys immediately respond. See, insulin isn't just a sugar cop, it's a fluid retention hormone. A landmark study in Nature Medicine revealed that high insulin levels force your kidneys to reabsorb sodium and water. The second insulin drops, your kidneys release the floodgates. You could lose anywhere from 3 to 7 pounds in the first 48 hours, but don't celebrate yet because not a single ounce of that is fat. It's pure water weight, and your body is essentially wringing itself out like a soaked towel, flushing years of retained fluid that's been hiding inflammation and making you feel puffy. You'll urinate more, you'll feel lighter, but you'll feel off. By day 2, you're in the dopamine desert. Welcome to what neuroscientists call hedonic withdrawal. Your brain's pleasure center, the nucleus accumbens, has been flooded with dopamine every time you ate sugar. Think of it like a nightclub that's been blasting music at full volume for years. Suddenly, the DJ leaves. The silence is deafening. You'll feel irritable, restless, like something's missing, but you can't name it. This isn't weakness, it's your brain realizing it's been chemically manipulated. Researchers at Yale found that sugar activates the same opioid receptors as morphine. You're not craving a cookie, you're experiencing withdrawal. Then, around day 3, the rewiring begins. This is the beautiful part. You experience the receptor resurrection. Your dopamine receptors start to wake up. Imagine a field of flowers that's been trampled for years. Remove the stampede, and within days, the stems begin to straighten. A groundbreaking study in Neuroscience Letters used brain imaging to show that dopamine receptor density increases by up to 30% after just 72 hours without sugar. What's fascinating is that this receptor regeneration happens fastest during sleep. Your brain literally uses the night shift to rebuild its pleasure machinery while you're unconscious. And here's what nobody tells you. As these receptors come back online, you'll start finding joy in things that felt boring before. Music sounds richer. Colors look more vivid. Even water tastes sweeter. Your brain is literally rebuilding its ability to feel pleasure from normal things, a walk outside, a conversation, a piece of fruit. On day 4, you get the great fluid exodus. You'll wake up lighter. Not because you've burned fat, that comes later, but because your body is finally releasing the water it's been hoarding. High insulin levels act like a dam. Remove the dam and the reservoir drains. But here's the catch. Water doesn't leave alone. It takes electrolytes with it. Sodium, potassium, magnesium. This is why you might feel foggy, weak, or get headaches. It's not low blood sugar. It's what I call the electrolyte exodus. Your body is recalibrating. Drink water with a pinch of sea salt. Your cells will thank you.
All right, let's talk about what really happens when you cut sugar. We're going past the initial cravings and diving into the deep cellular reset. Around day 7, the real magic begins. It's called the fuel flip. For years, your cells have been lazy, running on an endless, easy supply of sugar. But now, they're forced to adapt. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in every cell, start sputtering. They have to learn a new language, switching from sugar to fat for fuel. It's like changing a car from gasoline to diesel. You'll feel that friction, the fatigue, the brain fog. That's the sound of your body rewiring itself from the inside out. But here's what's happening underneath that fog. Research shows that after just 1 week, mitochondrial efficiency can increase by 40%. And your body starts producing a master regulator protein called PGC1 alpha. Think of it as a foreman showing up inside your cells and literally building new mitochondria, new power plants to handle the superior fuel source. This is why athletes report explosive endurance gains. They're not just burning fat better, they're building an entirely new cellular energy grid. Then, around day 8, you start to de-rust. See, sugar doesn't just make you fat, it makes you brittle. Excess glucose sticks to proteins in your body in a process called glycation. Imagine caramelizing onions, but it's happening inside your skin, your joints, your arteries. This creates compounds that literally age you. But as you cut the sugar, this process reverses. Research shows that AGE formation plummets. Your skin starts to look brighter. Your joints feel less stiff. You're not imagining it. You are chemically, physically becoming younger. By day 10, the transformation hits your brain. The morning mist of brain fog finally lifts. 2 reasons for this. First, your brain is now running on ketones, a cleaner, more stable fuel source made from fat. Second, your hippocampus, the memory center, starts pumping out more BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain. With stable blood sugar, BDNF levels can increase by up to 50%. You're not just thinking clearer, you're literally growing new brain connections. 2 days later, on day 12, your appetite reboots. For years, you've been living with leptin resistance. Leptin is your I'm full hormone, but chronic sugar makes your brain deaf to its signal. It's like your stomach is screaming it's full, but your brain has noise-canceling headphones on. After about 12 days, those headphones come off. Leptin sensitivity starts to restore. You'll find yourself satisfied with smaller portions. The constant chatter about food in your head quiets down. Your appetite becomes an ally, not an enemy. And finally, day 14, the immune reset. Sugar is fire. It's inflammatory, triggering your immune system to be on high alert, constantly attacking phantom enemies. This chronic inflammation is linked to nearly every modern disease. But studies show that just 2 weeks without added sugar can reduce inflammatory markers by up to 25%. Your immune system can finally stand down and focus on protecting you from real threats. Now for the truth. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. Your body is a miracle of adaptation. It can begin to heal from years of damage in a matter of days if you give it the chance. Of course, there's a catch. If you're on blood sugar medication, talk to your doctor. If you have a history with disordered eating, approach this with compassion, not rigidity. The goal is not to fear food, but to finally understand it. After 14 days, you won't just feel different, you will be different. Your cells will run cleaner, your brain will think sharper, your body will remember how it was always meant to operate. The real question isn't whether you can do this, it's whether you're ready to meet the person who's waiting on the other side.